Astrology is the tits. 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 Astrology is the tits.
Hello, beautiful soul family, and welcome to the Astrology of May 2025 episode of the Walk On podcast. I hope last month didn't leave you too shaken. I hope we got through the eclipse in one piece. I hope that you feel more sure of yourself, more sure of what you want, more sure in your ability to take up space, and more firmly in alignment with your highest good. Alignment was the theme for last month, and it really feels like the theme for this month is hope, communication, breakthrough energy, forward momentum, and progress in a lot of areas of our lives. So this month should feel a lot more energized and forward moving, as so much, even the outer planets, is in direct motion. There is a Pluto retrograde afoot, but we'll discuss that a little bit later. This month promises some passionate progress in communication and in the movement for liberation. Let's build community. Let's practice solidarity. Let's step further into authenticity. Let's align with love. Let's get into it. May 2nd, we have Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries at 1 degree. The Sabian symbol of 1 degree of Aries is a woman just rising from the sea. A seal is embracing her. The Sabian symbol reminds me of the myth of the Selkie. Selkie is the Scottish word for seal. Selkies are part human and part seal. They can live on land or they can live in the sea. This myth is thought to be part of the inspiration for The Little Mermaid because Selkies are known to be tricked into marrying humans. If, when they emerge from the sea, a human finds and hides their skin, they are stuck with the human and unable to return to the sea until they can find it again. These marriages, built on dishonesty and a kind of coercion, are rarely happy, as the Selkie always longs for the other part of their dual nature and their true home. This is a dreamy aspect that is great for vibing. Get baked and put on your favorite record, watch a movie that makes you feel nostalgic or romantic, read a spicy novel, daydream to your heart's content. Neptune is the planet of illusions and delusions, though, so don't take anything too seriously. If you've been denying a harsh reality or refusing to acknowledge a less than ideal situation, things may be coming to a head this month. Likewise, if you've been taking a good connection for granted or haven't been able to see the cream rising to the top, this may be an eye-opening day for you. You may feel called to make bold declarations or engage with romantic gestures. Maybe just feel it for the moment and give the energy a chance to level out. Anything initiated during this transit may have a tip of the iceberg vibe, whose culmination, payoff, or reveal may turn out to be the consequence of rose-colored glasses. Let your heart soar, but try to keep those feet on the ground. Where are you the Selkie, trapped and limited by something outside of yourself? Where are you the human, creating stability at any cost, even the autonomy of another? This could be a struggle going on within you, too. Allow the magical energy of this day to inspire you to embrace your multifacetedness, to be yourself as fully as you can manage, if only with yourself. In time, with practice, it will become easier to embody all of you all of the time, or at least more of you more of the time. Vibrate towards those people who can hold your love for the land and the sea, and away from those who would stoop so low as to make you choose. May 4th, we have Pluto going retrograde in Aquarius at 4 degrees. The Sabian symbol for this one is a Hindu yogi demonstrates his healing powers. This is about healing imbalances. This is about the arrogance of man to think he can commodify and control nature. It's a reminder to listen to the elders who uphold the traditions of living in harmony with the earth and the cosmos. Degrowth, shedding the ego trap of capitalism and colonization, allowing the wildness within to connect with the wildness of our home. We just have to learn moderation, balance, surrender, gratitude, and empathy, to feel the earth as if we are her because we are, to feel one another as if we are each other because we are. It hurts to feel so deeply, but it is also profound, and it makes doing harm so much more difficult. There are healers already doing this work. Find them, listen to them, celebrate them, learn from them. Do this, and I promise we will be all right. So everything but Pluto is direct this month. We're retreading ground already covered, going over to make sure we've crossed all our T's and dotted all our lowercase j's. Pluto is deep transformation, an uncovering of the darkest of wounds. Pluto will be moving backwards until October of this year, or will appear to be moving backwards until October of this year. So get in, loser, we're going healing. We're further analyzing power structures, systems, ways of being, philosophies, and unpacking our commitment to them. Look around you. The revolution is happening every day, every moment. Attune to the vibration of hope. Get your needs met so you can keep fighting the good fight. Don't stop questioning. Don't stop introspecting. Don't stop loving. We are further along than we can see right now. Hold fast onto hope. The time for nihilism is through. May 5th, we have Mercury in Aries, sextile Jupiter in Gemini at 22 degrees. The Sabian symbols for this one are 22 Aries, the gate of the garden of desire. 22 Gemini, a barn dance. Immediate manifestation. Dream bigger. You can have it if you let yourself. We often know what we want and then immediately dismiss it as impossible, a pipe dream. But what if that dismissal is a self-fulfilling prophecy? Like Agatha Cromwell said in the 1998 Disney Channel original movie Halloween Town.
Go! Magic is really very simple. All you have to do is want something and then let yourself have it.
A barn dance suggests rapidly and often switching partners. You know, like swing your partner around, do-si-do, and touch the ground. How willing are you to see life from someone else's perspective? Much of the time, conflict can be resolved with the invocation of empathy. How would I feel if someone did what I'm doing to them, to me? When you have the impulse to be controlling, consider how much you hate being controlled. Consider your privileges. Think of the way this world treats people of certain marginalized identities. If the sheer fact of their humanity doesn't pluck your heartstrings, imagine yourself living their experience, what it must feel like. We all just want to be free, but none of us can be free while any of us are still enslaved. We are all connected. Don't pull up the ladder behind you. Reach back and help someone else up. To quote one of my film daddies, David Lynch, fix your hearts or die. Remember that daydreaming you were doing back on May 2nd? What has stuck with you in the following days? What have you deemed too exorbitant, too out there to move from desire to reality? Is it really so far-fetched? Horn honk for validation. This day can bring optimism and clear thinking. Clear thoughts bring clear communication. Things may move very quickly and fortuitously this day. If there is something you've been putting off for the right time, this might just be it. May 6th, we have Mercury conjunct Chiron in Aries at 23 and 25 degrees, and Venus in Aries sextile Pluto in Aquarius at 4 degrees. So the Sabian symbols for this are 23 Aries, a woman in pastel colors carrying a valuable and veiled load. 25 Aries, the possibility for a man to gain experience at 2 levels of being. And 4 degrees of Aries, 2 lovers strolling on a secluded walk. 4 degrees of Aquarius is the Hindu yogi once again, which we already discussed. Desire without assertiveness is just a daydream. When we take action towards our goals and dreams, we ground them in reality. The birth, death, rebirth cycle is universal and ever turning. What are you creating? What are you shedding? This symbol also stresses the importance of moving in silence. I know I don't want to sound like a hustle culture, let's get this bread type of bro, but but truly the importance of moving in silence. Sometimes revealing something too soon can let others' doubts, projections, perceptions, and energy get in the way of what needs done. So know what to conceal and what to reveal. Your intuition holds the answers. Blaine Bovey writes of this Sabian symbol, man can only truly experience what he deeply believes he can experience. This goes back to those Halloween Town bars. What do you want? Do you believe you have what it takes to get it? What would it take, after all? There is also something here about the inner and outer experiences, how you can better integrate the two. Authenticity requires alignment. It is available to you. Believe it. Duality is a law that is meant to be transcended. Find the nuance. Find the truth of you. Find the awareness of your experience. Electricity cannot be created without both positive and negative energies. Through this union, something new is formed. None of this is new information. In fact, it is very, very old. Attempted to be erased from consciousness, but there are those who never forgot. There are those working to remember. You can wake up at any time. This day can support you in taking bold action towards romantic or financial goals, as long as you act in accordance with your values. Venus isn't just about romantic relationships and money. It's also about like your core values, what you value in life. Mercury and Chiron together point us in the direction of looking at our wounds regarding communication. Where have you felt silenced? You may feel called to speak up about the ways you've been hurt in your life. Chiron is the wounded healer and empowers us to help others by telling our own stories. This requires a quieting of the voice of shame. Meet with your chosen family and dive deep into what you've been going through. Schedule an extra therapy session. Be there for someone who needs support. Pour your heart out. Pour into others. Let them pour into you. The intimacy we can nurture here is divine. Let yourself be seen. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but it can bring such healing too. May 12th, we have Mercury in Taurus square Pluto in Aquarius at 3 degrees, and the full moon in Scorpio at 23 degrees. Happy full moon! Happy spooky, spooky full moon in Scorpio! So excited for this energy. Sabian symbols, 3 degrees of Taurus. Natural steps lead to a lawn of clover in bloom. 3 degrees of Aquarius, a deserter from the Navy, which we also talked about last month. You know, that Pluto is a slow mover. 23 degrees of Scorpio, a bunny metamorphosed into a fairy. I love that. Blaine Bovey says of 3 degrees Taurus, resolute perseverance improves one's lot step by step. This is something I talk about a lot. If you are approaching a goal and it feels too insurmountable, too big, it's just like overwhelming and you get stuck in like fear and anxiety of like taking on something so big, you can break it down into little tiny baby steps. You can break the baby steps into baby steps, and those steps feel a lot more attainable. And a lot of times it can leave you feeling a lot more successful than trying something that's unreasonable and failing. It's like when I'm teaching a piano lesson, I always like to end on something that I know the student can accomplish, because they're going to feel much better about themselves and much better about coming back to piano next week if we end on a success instead of a struggle. The abundance that comes from tenacity, diligence, and patience may not bowl you over. A slow burn is called that for a reason. But the middle path is often more stable and sustainable than one that comes on quickly and burns out just as fast. Break those big dreams down into the babyest steps you can. Then feel the grown and sexy thrill of checking off your to-do list. Look up once in a while and realize you've come pretty far, actually. I talked about 3 degrees Aquarius in last month's astrology report. Jumping ship, a change in status, social rejection that comes from marching to the beat of your own drum. Finally, 23 degrees of Scorpio speaks of finding magic in the mundane and how existing outside of the status quo can have others undervaluing or underestimating what they don't understand in you. I don't know about you, but I'd rather be labeled an eccentric than lauded as a conformist. May 11th, Mercury moves into Taurus, which feels like a grinding halt after being in quick, impulsive Aries. That's where that resolute perseverance comes in. Sometimes things slowing down can feel like a vacation. After last month's breakneck pace, this shift is welcome and needed. Don't live by someone else's timeline. Don't get on the life escalator if you don't want to. Stay curious, stay open, stay questioning, which reminds me, shameless plug for this podcast, the episode that I dropped in April, I do 1 astrology report and 1 podcast topic a month. And this month's podcast, or last month's, I guess, podcast topic is question everything. And it's about how curiosity is the first step towards healing. So if you haven't listened to that one or read the Substack post or my blog about it, go check it out if you're interested in the importance of questioning and curiosity. Honor the people, places, causes, and pastimes your spirit calls out to. Shed should. Step into alignment. It will protect you like no walls around your heart ever could. Release urgency. When you feel the call to go faster, try slowing down instead. Take a deep breath. See what happens. Let me know how it works out for you. Tell me in the comments. That full moon in Scorpio may bring revealed secrets, deeply hidden wounds, and powerful transformations, like the bunny to the fairy. There's that horn again. Pluto rules Scorpio, so these energies are amplified by the retrograde. Dig deep, baby. Let the energies show you what you need to uncover. If it's coming up, you can handle it. Unburdening yourself from the past comes from allowing yourself to feel what you've been working so hard to avoid. It's okay. It's just part of the process. Surrender. If you're scared or unsure of yourself, consider this is a tidbit I got from the YouTube astrologer Lori Lothian, whose information on astrology I really respect, but whose politics kind of rubs me the wrong way. But she said this thing in her report for May. Consider what the caterpillar must imagine the butterfly to be like. It's like when you're in kindergarten and you meet someone in high school and you're like, that's going to be me one day? Yeah, it is. And it will be scary and sad and messy and gorgeous and fun, and it will change you forever. And so it is. May 17th, we have the Sun conjunct your this one always throws me. May 17th, we have the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus at 14 degrees and Mercury in Taurus at 12 degrees, square Mars in Leo at 14 degrees. The Sabian symbols here, 14 degrees of Taurus. On the beach, children play while shellfish grope at the edge of the water. 12 degrees Taurus, a young couple window shopping. 14 degrees of Leo, a human soul seeking opportunities for outward manifestation. There is definitely a theme here this month. The Temperance card is number 14 in the tarot, which features the Archangel Gabriel on a beach pouring water from one cup to another, 1 foot on water, 1 foot on land. We all exist in that complementary and oppositional duality of being in this world, but not of it. We are all antenna for the universe. What frequency are you transmitting? Are you making your unconscious conscious? Are you able to hold the complexity of life? The beauty, the pain, the bliss, the loss, the joy, the grief, the miracles, and the tragedies? Be the alchemist. Allow the experience to make you softer, closer to that which created us all the time. That internal shift will lead to external changes. So be on the lookout for what you want to call in. Align yourself to your desires. Allow them to come in. You are the conductor and creator of your destiny. What you do today has consequences tomorrow. So choose lovingly. You'll thank yourself for it later. These transits on this day could bring sudden changes or sudden urges to change. That's the power of Uranus. Taurus and Leo, both fixed signs, can be intensely stubborn. Don't come for me, y'all. You know it's true. Here, Taurus wants to slow and calm the fuck down, and Leo wants to act. This can lead to feelings of tension and unease, but this too shall pass. Expect conflict. Be prepared to navigate these challenges with diplomatic honesty. Don't be harsh, but do be real. Get out of your comfort zone, veer from the routine. That's one of my favorite ways to tap into my intuition, by allowing my day to tell me what it wants to be. You might be feeling a little more rebellious than usual. It's a good day for protests. Just temper your ego and don't do anything too risky or impulsive. Uranus rules accidents too, so literally tread carefully. Go to a town hall and speak your piece. Call your representatives. You're fired up. Use it. Regardless of any tension or tumult, try to stay open to any insights, opportunities, chance meetings, and changes that could fall into your lap. Things are shifting. See if you can ride the waves. May 22nd, we have Venus in Aries trine Mars in Leo at 16 degrees. The Sabian symbols here, 16 degrees Aries. Nature spirits are seen at work in the light of sunset. 16 degrees Leo. The storm ended. All nature rejoices in brilliant sunshine. These are my favorite Sabian symbols of the month. What poetry. What gorgeous images. The foundation of a healthy society should be to ensure that everyone is supported in living a holistic life. We shouldn't have to squeeze in rest, self-care, time to connect with nature, or a spiritual practice. Unfortunately, we do. Sometime today, connect with the spiritual realm. Meditate, walk in nature, tune in, drop out. Something astral wants to connect with you. Tap in by being fully present with whatever you're doing today. It will lead to something beautiful. It's always darkest before the dawn. The sunshine after a thunderstorm is one of my favorite vibes. Shift your gears to a new age of enlightenment. Don't let the dark ages we're living through right now distract you from where we're going. We could change everything if we chose to. Think of how good it will feel when we're on the other side of this, when we're seeing the harvest of this hard work. Eye of the tiger. Eye on the prize, baby. Eye on the prize. This is a hot and spicy day. Love and desire connect, commiserate, entwine, and align. It's a good day for social and romantic endeavors. Want to confess your feelings to your crush? Attend a networking event? Collaborate on a creative project? Today is the day to do it. In existing relationships, this transit inspires closeness and eases the way for resolving long, drawn-out issues or tensions. A tough conversation could lead to a deeper commitment. Feel yourself, feel someone else, get out there, mingle, shine that little light as bright as you can stand. Fortune favors the bold. May 24th, we have the Sun in Gemini trine Pluto in Aquarius at 3 degrees. And Saturn enters Aries. Hallelujah. The Sabian symbols here are 3 degrees of Gemini, the garden of the Tuileries. Tuileries in Paris. 3 degrees of Aquarius is a deserter from the Navy, which we talked about before. The Garden of the Tuileries is a garden between the Louvre and the Place de la Concorde. Place de la Concorde. I don't know how to say it. It's French. When I wrote this, I wasn't thinking about reading it. Anyway, it's in Paris. It was first created by Catherine de Medici and later renovated by Louis XIV, who was king in France for 72 years. There's the 14 of the Temperance card again, by the way, Louis XIV. I've never been, but it looks like one of those super fancy, manicured, sparse, but opulent Italian Renaissance gardens that I appreciate because I love beauty and symmetry and design, but I would rather see trees and wildflowers and nature looking like nature. My opinions aside, it was only made open to the public after the French Revolution, and before that, only rich people got to hang out there. Old Louis was kind of a super colonizer and warmonger with the hashtag boy mom who believed in the absolute power of the monarchy. I'm no history buff, but I don't know. I can see the parallels. I watched a video essay recently by the Authentic Observer who talked about how often men who hate women are the sons of toxic boy moms, Diddy being one of the many examples. It resonated with my experience, so check it out if you're interested. Louis XIV was also apparently an accomplished ballet dancer who used ballet performances for propaganda. Fascinating. Anyway, I digress. These gardens were designed with contemplation and meditation in mind. The main message here is that we can only transcend the ever-thinking mind in the briefest of moments. We receive something cosmic and profound, and then we bring it right back down to earth to analyze it, obsess over it, make sense of it, reject it, whatever. It is the combination, the balance of intuition and intellect that leads to true clarity, like in the Ace of Swords. The Sun in Gemini trine Pluto in Aquarius is a good time to study and make logical sense of the esoteric. It's a good time for favorability of superiors too, and people in positions of power. So if you're thinking of asking for a promotion or applying for a grant, today is a great day to do it. There is an obsessive quality to this transit. You may be inspired to deep dive into a topic that you've been curious about for some time. Follow your bliss, baby. Also, Saturn enters Aries. God bless. Get out of Pisces forever if you want to. It's been in this dreamy, hard to pin down sign for 2 years. We learned about how intuitive discipline can be if we allow it. It's been a challenge though. This ingress into Aries will feel like a real fire under your butt. Saturn rewards hard work, discipline, and clearing your karma. What has been coming up for you about routines, work? What patterns have you been recognizing? We'll be in this energy until September when Saturn retrogrades back into Pisces. So buckle up, buttercups. We're taking action. May 26th, we have the new moon in Gemini and Mercury enters Gemini. Clarity. That seems to be the theme of the month. What are you making sense of? Mercury in Gemini is one of my favorite placements. Prince had this one. It makes for great writers, comedians, musicians. Gemini rules the hands, so it can make one very dexterous. This new moon set goals and intentions around writing, communicating, learning, teaching, and short distance travel, like a little road trip. Mercury moving from slow, methodical Taurus to fast-talking, fast-walking Gemini will feel like quite the shift. You may be seeing some seeds take root. Keep on keeping on. May 29th, we have the Sun conjunct Mercury in Gemini at 8 degrees. The Sabian symbol for this degree of Gemini is aroused strikers surround a factory. There is a lot of protest energy this month. The people are speaking, honey. Look out. Is there something you've been holding back from saying, worried about how badly it will be received? Have you ever felt this way before, hemming and hawing, so scared to just spit it out, but once you do, it goes fine? You feel better regardless? That's the vibe. It's a good communication day / several days coming off of that new moon energy. Get it out. Holding it in will only ensure a more explosive conflict later. Be honest, be loving, be kind, but say it with your whole chest. It might just turn out better than you think. Sun conjunct Mercury can bring communication with friends, neighbors, siblings, and communities. It can encourage and inspire short distance travel or seeking out new areas or deepening old areas of study. There is such a social energy to this month, which makes sense with Gemini being so present. And there is so much potential for casting a wider net for connection. Put yourself out there. Have you been thinking of writing or creating or releasing something into the world? Do it. Trying to find the right time to have that tough conversation? It's now. Want to get involved in activism or volunteering in your community? There's no time like the present. This year so far has felt kind of like trudging through a swamp. Slow, laborious, heavy, thick. These shifts will have everything feeling lighter and, dare I say, a little more fun. Faster, at least. Enjoy. Enjoy the sunshine, the greenery, the moment. Blessed be. Want to know how these transits are impacting you personally? You can book an astrology consultation with me. Just click the link in my bio and then the services tab. I hope this month brings you abundance, connection, positivity, hope, and support in all your endeavors. I hope you feel belonging. I hope you feel alignment. I hope you feel authentic. And I hope you feel loved. Thank you so much for watching and listening and reading. Let me know what you think. You can email me at walkonmychild@gmail.com. You can book an astrology consultation through my website. You can listen to my music. You can read the stuff I write. There's lots of ways to follow along with all the work I'm doing. And the best place to find all that out is through my social media. I'm at Brit_that's_it on TikTok and Instagram, and at walkon_pod on TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, that's it for this month. Good luck, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Happy healing. Bye.
Astrology is the tits. 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 Astrology is the tits.